I wish I know this technique sooner. So what we're going to do is a dipping techniques today using any of the color form 2-in-1 acrylics powders. And this is only the essential you need is 5 different important essentials. I'm gonna close the lid first so then that way I won't spill. So this is number 1. Primer is important because you're gonna prep the nails like you would do with the dry manicure, and then we are going to using primers. Number 2 is base coat. Number 3 activators. They're all compatible together and they are working it tightly and ever. So I'm so excited to be back with you with another videos for the dippings. Today is gonna be a dipping techniques episode. So is why do you using dippings and who's need the dippings techniques using acrylics 2-in-1 acrylics powder. For anyone who love the colors, out of like a hundred of colors, if you have own any of a dipping 2-in-1, make sure it's dipping is for the dipping technique. They're all acrylics, but it's one for the monomers and then one for dipping techniques. When a dipping techniques, you are using a really fine particles powder, so then that way it can able to absorbing into your essential. So I'm going to walk you through step by step, and then this is all the powder, and the collection we're using today is Bare Radiance. And you can use this as a great way if you don't want to deal with anything with the UV lights, gels, anything with the gels at all. So you can able to do it the dipping technique. No messy, you don't even have to do and deal with the monomers. It's great for beginner nail techs also, and also for is DIY. And then also this is if you want to do right on the natural nails, you don't want to build any of the structures, which is mean the thickness or the is C curve or structures and apex. For this is going to be a great way for you to do right on a natural nails. If you want to do the extension on the tips, you do want to take a little bit more time and is more layer of your dipping. So do it from 101 today, it's big basics, and so then you won't be confused. So just in case that you are just seeing so many people, or if you go to salon, you see like people were mentioning about dipping. So dipping is if dipping is a technique using all the essential I saw earlier, but then you using acrylics, and this is acrylics is particle is a little bit finer, and so then that way you can dip it easy. So we're perfect for anyone just want a natural nails or anyone don't want any extension. If you want extension, make sure you apply more and build more structure for it. So let's get started. You're gonna start with the dry manicure, of course, push back the cuticles and remove any grease, any oils on the surface. And then now we're gonna using a primer first, and then we are go ahead and apply the primers on. I would do is whatever nails that you are ready to do, you're gonna apply the primer because it is evaporate. So you don't want it's gonna be like gone and then it not going to do what it's supposed to. Stephanie, good morning. Stephanie, happy Thursday. Thanks so much for tuning in. Welcome to this live video. And I'm gonna do, why do you have a number 2? Number 2. So we're gonna start with a number 2 after the primer, air dry. All of the dipping is techniques. When you do step by step, you don't need LED UV lights at all. So then if any of you are like, nah, I don't want to do with the UV LED light, that is going to be for you. So when you're watching this video, there's so many options and so many techniques. So whether you are a nail technician or you are a beginner nail tech or you are a nail lover, there's all option for you to choose. So now it's really important when you apply this is base coat, even though it's not going to dry. It's going to dry fast, but it's not going to dry like dry. So when you apply it on, you want to apply it evenly, place it closer to cuticles, and then you're gonna glide it and keep your bristle parallel because it's important. If this one is lumpy, bumpy, and thicker on one side and thinner on the other side, when you're dipping it in, it's going to be exactly what you are applying it on. So let me go into the next level. So before you do that, you're going to give it a stirs really well. So here is important. If you are, I'm going to dip it in like 45 degree and slowly. So then that way it's not going to push it back and wrinkle your application. Dip it in slowly and then let it go, tap all the excess powder. So now keep in mind that if you are doing a service your clients, you do want to have it like your is little scoop and you sprinkle it in. So that's why it's not going to contaminate. And you don't want to dip it in the clients who have the wounds on their nails or is any of the disease that's on the nails that you're being aware of it, and you will suggest it to your is their medicals, advisors, seek for a medical advisor. But anyway, so this is only when you are doing it for yourself. If you're getting a set like a bare radiance, want to spare it, just doing it for yourself, and then doing it like application for you, then you're doing it deep exactly what I'm doing. But if you're doing it for your clients and you want to sprinkle it in the different containers, I'm going to go ahead and dust it up. And before you are going to dip it in, I would use an orange wood stick and stir it because it's going to compact really tight, fast together. So you want your powder to be fluffy. And it's this, because if it's not, when you dip it in, it's going to be so hard and it's going to push back the powder and it's going to make your application is going to be a mess. So it's going to get all the wrinkle and push back. So you want to make sure that it's fluffy like this. So when, like, I'm going to show you why it's not like, if it, this one, you touch it, you start seeing it's compact together. So you want to make sure that it's fluffy and separate all the particle. So now is the first coat. 2 coats should be good. When you do 2 coats, so you're going to dust off the excess powder. You don't want any of the excess powders is sticking on the bristle of the base coat essential, because or else it's going to get and thicken your bottle and it's going to clog in there. So again, repeat the step. Start from the cuticles and you're going to apply. And this step, you want to add a little bit more of your essential, okay? So, and then I always have a piece of paper right on my right side and you wipe it off any of excess, like, because it was touching the powder. So you want to make sure you apply it. If you miss any spot, make sure you cover it because it's only absorbing and it's only is sticking, adheres to your essential number 2. It's a base coat for the dipping. So this is all dipping. When you want to do a dipping technique, it's gonna be, here it goes, for anyone who love like any colors of the powders you have, make sure it's 2-in-1. If you are going to do exclusive, it's only for liquid and monomers powder. It will, you might notice that it's like a little bit, the particle a little bit thicker. And so when dipping it on, it's hard for it to adhere it to your dipping liquid, solution. All right, so we're gonna, it's 2 coat. If you want to do 3 coats, you're more than welcome. You want to do 2 coat and 3 coats, and then 3 coats should be good, and 2 coats should bring the good colors. But however, if you want to build it, it's gonna take a little bit longer time, and because you're gonna build the apex and build the structure of the nails. All right, so now it's two option. Either one, it works as well. You can doing your number 3 activate now, or you can do it later. So this 2, I'm going to explain it really clearly, and it's really detailed, so then you won't have the troubleshoot. So we're done with the number 2. You can apply another coat of a number 2. And so many of the nail tech, skip it. You give it a try and see how it works the best for you, because it's what it does. It's number 2. When it does apply another coat of number 2, it does help to sell, like is levering and then smoothing it out the application. So then when you go back, you want to bump it and fire it. You do not gonna have any of a chance to fire them on the direct into the powder, because you already have your number 2 is base coat to protect it. So unless you want to do it really good like this, you don't want any of like shipping a lot. Like this one, it looks good like that. If you do it nails, like give you a great colors and a good coverage without have to apply the gel polish. So what it does, you only need to do is there are several different techniques to and find out which one it works for you. I'm going to show you the ways I'm always doing it, and it's kind of giving your nails a little bit more strength. And also you don't have to worry about, just in case you're gonna start later, you're gonna bump and find, you're gonna probably fight off all the powder. So what we do, always remove and dust off the excess. And then you can either doing it the number 2 first, and the next one I will do number 2 after. So then after you dip it, you're gonna apply the number 2 right away, right? Good layer. So it's kind of give it like a last finish of the seals. And then later you don't have to worry about struggling and filing, and you're gonna flick everything off. Like you just like remove everything off. You just dip it. So number 3, so here's important. So number 3, when you are doing it number 3, remember the techniques I show you, that when we're doing it with others, like line your top coat on. This one, the same thing. You drop it. You see that little dropping of your number 3. Okay, so you want to get it all over the nails, and I just let it like flow on the top. So that way it will be able to penetrate into the nail surface, and it will help it to activate and cure completely your is number 2. And all of whatever left that is not able to have it cure, it will cure completely everything besides air dry on the number 2. And then you do want to wait for it, you know, for let it activate and cure. So by the time you're done all 5 nails or 10 nails, you go back, it should be ready for you to shape and file. You don't need, when you're doing a dipping technique like this in 2 coat, you don't need a lot of shaping and filing. You don't have to do aggressive with this. You just like dip on this, and then pretty much like it's reshape on the sides to make sure that precise the shape, and you pretty much buff it. You don't even have to really using e-file, because the minute if you use e-file with like with this, I would say medium grit, then probably you might remove all of your powders. You only need, if just in case you need, you just need a little bit to seal your cuticles. That's about it. That's just great about is dipping powder. All right, so if you want to do building it, I would suggest using with the monomers techniques. But if you don't want to deal with the monomers, you do want to have like a little bit of thicker and repeating it. Like if I want to build this one is a big like is really nice structure for the nails, like acrylic like this. Let me show you really quick. With the acrylics, you know, monomer like this, you might want to need at least of a 4 to 5 coat. 2 coat, it will not gonna build a C curve and a structure for the nails like that. This is requires of the monomer. So I just want to share that, so then you know that what products you are going to get and what does a purpose of it. So then that way you can do, and if you want to do it more and easy, you don't want to do it with the monomers, so you can using with the builder gels. Builder gels that have 2 categories is like a little bit of more consistency, a thicker paste, which is your velvety gels, and then builder gels is more of a little bit more liquidy and thinner consistency is your iHold builder gels. So let it add, like this one, I did it already, and I did top coat it on too, and it dried already. And this one, we haven't put any top coat on yet. So, and we haven't shaped yet. So I'm going to put that on the sides, and we'll continue to doing the rest of them. So there's 6 colors in here. I love this. Actually, it's just dipping. It's just give it this color so beautiful. I love that. It looks so perfect and soft. And then it's great for dipping though. For anyone who loves soft look of the nails and natural look, this is going to be for you. And if you have your clients who doesn't want to deal with the gel polish, doesn't want to do anything with gel whatsoever, and just want really cute colors and a soft look, and here you go, you can do this. And then when they're coming back, there's no refill for the dipping powder at all. You're gonna remove the bulk of the nails really easy. This is probably maybe takes less than maybe 10 minutes or less. Remove the bulks of the nails and remove the shine of it, and just remove it and just thin out the bulks of it. Now it's not much for you to thin out. It's only 2 coat, like the same with the gel polish, but this doesn't need LED UV lights. So you just remove it, and then you would either you're using is your cotton ball saturated with acetone and wrap it with tin foil, and it should remove in 10 minutes. If you're doing exactly what I'm in the different of the application, I mean the two layer of your dipping, and then you can start exactly the same with the repeat the same what I just show you from step 1 to all the way to 2 we finish. But it should remove really fast, especially for dipping, unless you want to do a dipping on the base, you can also do a dipping on the base and then start adding the base gels on it. If you want the base, is gonna be just a dipping, and then if you want to adding like a fancy all different designs on it, we do require of your gels to getting and you know, is collab with this. You incorporate with this one, you do need like the gels system to step in. But if you want just today, we want to do just dipping only. British cost, do you mean the cost of the dipping set? The collection you can check out on our official websites and the link right in bios, or as you can see it on the pins comment right here, and you can check out the dippings collections. And you can getting, I think, is starter kits, and you can getting the individual, you can get a la carte at any single colors you like from all different of the colors. I think so many of our colors, like 60, 70 colors from Glitz have, from the powders, and then the essential of your choice. All right, so let's get next, move on to the next one. We're gonna do the Latte Luxe. And this one should be great. And we're gonna bump and we're gonna find it too, but that is set too. By the time you finish 5 nails, I know it's a lot of information. I want to deliver to you much as possible because this is important. We have so many questions in the same, asking the same thing, that why my brush is getting hardened, why my brush is like it getting is stuck. If you does like that, it is gonna be a lifesaver, brush saver, to help it to clean it up. But just follow that I will share with you, just really gently and glide it on the top. Don't get it like too much contact between the number 2 brush and number 4 and number 2 and number 3, then you should be good. So again, prep the nails and you will do primer. Oh, sorry, I covered it. And then we're gonna apply it right on the nails. You would apply like 2 or 3 nails hooking. If you're doing all the clients and when especially dipping is really nice and fast, you can do dipping on 1 layer first and then do 5 nails and then go to the second layer and then do 5 nails, and then, you know, it's like every 5 nails at a time. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply number 2 base coat. This is dipping liquid solution, so you don't using anything with the gels here. Applies it like you would apply the gel polish, but make sure you are going to cover completely your nails. It would not going to dip and pick up any powder when it doesn't have any of your solutions is base gel. So it will air dry, so make sure that you are going to apply your number 2 on the base gels and you will dip it in. I stir it up to make it fluffy. Hold 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let it absorbing and then gently. So when you are dipping in, you're gonna go slowly. You don't want to go 90-degree like this, because it's gonna push all the power of the powder is gonna be strong, and it push all the powder up. It's gonna make it really mess up and it wrinkle. So I'm gonna go ahead and make sure that I taper it in. Okay, is that the powder underneath? So now you're going to remove this. And you can go ahead and apply another coat. I love this. This is number 4. It's perfect. It's perfect. So when you're using the monomers, you see your reflection. I mean, the result of the colors come out might be a little bit slightly darker. It depends on the liquid monomers that you're using. As I explained it earlier on a different video, we have the, if you're using any monomers that have a different colors like a blue or purple, it might change the pigment of your powder. So we're gonna apply the second coat of the base coat. Okay, and this one, you make sure you dip it right away, because you don't want to wait for so long because it will dry up. So go ahead. And you've seen that how I holding it this instead of 90 degrees. So you're going to tilt it like about 45-degree angle and slowly dip it in and leave it up. Tap off any excess powder. And here you have it. It is for any of us who love in a dipping and just, I mean, dipping technique, which is that you still have to, you still can wear your powder, but you don't have to deal with the monomer. The videos that I share with all of you. And then if you, Katie, if you're watching again, it is the videos that you are asking and suggest and request that you want to see is more of a dipping. There's two different techniques of a dipping. You can do it dipping with with the essential, which is the solution, dipping solution, or you can do it with dipping and sprinkle techniques using gel, base gels. All right, so let it, it's still setting it's right now because it's continuing to dry. So here, remember earlier, I applied the base coat right on, right? And then I applied the activator on. So now I'm gonna try activator on first and then the base coat. So find out which one is easier for you, it works for you. So now this one we're gonna do. So both primer and number one primer and number three activator are in like more in a liquid, like it's not like um it's just like a liquid. So then when you apply it on, it's just gonna be also air dries as well. So I'm like it on. So here's this now. I would say if you're doing the number two first and you apply it on, and then you drop the number three on, to me, I think that technique is really easy for everyone. But this is technique you need to be a little bit cautious, a little bit. You make sure that you don't using, now we're gonna using number twos on it, okay? Let me put it in here because I have to show every single tab. Otherwise, we get so confused. So number two, now you're going to glide it on the top. You can skip it, number two, a lot of number two, if you just buff it. If you are decide to is filing a little bit more, you definitely want to adding a number two on to help to seal the surface of the powder. It's kind of a great, another layer to protecting your dipping powder on that, your acrylic, the dipping technique using acrylics powder. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and let it air dry. And this one also is air dry. By the time you finish all 5 nails, it should be ready for you to buff and file. So this one is like, you know, ready to file, but we're gonna file it later. You hear that? Okay, so we're gonna leave this two out on the side. So we did 4 of them, with 2 of them and different. So we have 2 more to go. Let's move on the next one. Same thing. I'm gonna go ahead and do this, and a question you comment right away if anyone is doing your dipping right now. And then you said like, oh my God, it's sticking all over my brushes and it doesn't work, and brushes get ruining and get just, you know, damaged. Let me know. So number 5 is Rosewood Grace. I'm gonna go ahead and apply the primer. Here you go, primer. And then number 2, just really remember it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, you know, so base coat and applies it on. So today, we want to dedicate to just the quartz product, which is your dipping techniques. I want you, if you're a nail tech, vegan nail tech, is going to be a great for you. So you can know how to offer so many services. If you have the clients that want to ask for dipping, you don't want to turn away your potential clients. You want to able to serve and take care for them. For 30-degree angle at 45 degrees, just as long as you don't do it 90 degrees, so then that way your application is going to go flawless, much if possible. Tap it and dust it off. So now if you're doing it your own and then you want, this is the jar that is just for your own, that you don't share with no one, you can dip right direct into it, okay? So go ahead and apply the second coat of your number 2. And then we'll go ahead to tap the jars. Again, it's like even and easy for you to dip it in. And hold for a few seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Leave it up. Type off the excess. And here you have it. You know what? Be honest, I really like this one. The colors, this collections in the dipping essential though. With the liquid monomers a little bit darker, I guess. It is so beautiful when you come and type. You can do this with the dipping essentials, or you can use it with your liquid monomer, or you can use it with the Buider gels. The color is so adorable. Perfect for anyone who want to dipping in just two colors itself. Right. Perfect. Looks really good in person. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and do the number 2. So then now you're watching, if you're watching until now, you see that I go back and forth. So then it means whether you're doing a number 2 first or number 2 after number 3, which is number 2 base coat and then number 3 activator. Either one, you do this first and then do activate, or you activate first and then do number 2. Either way, but just remember, just glide it on the top using the tip of your bristle and just glide it first. Glide means that you just slice on the top instead of just trying to like if I say glide it and you glide it on the top instead of trying to really is put a lot of pressure aggressive on it. So because if the more contact you get in your bristles into the nail surface when it have either number 2 or number 3, it's gonna key each other. It's gonna set each other up the EQ. So if you're always working with the dipping techniques and you have that troubleshoot, give it a try that what I'm sharing you today, and then let me know and how it worked for you. So now number 3, and you don't have to brush now. You don't brush the number 3 on it. What you need to do is drop it. And you see that it spread it evenly. So I'm gonna go ahead and I will drop it right there, right on the surface, and then glide it on the top. I try to minimum of the contact between my bristle to number 2 because it will set my bristles is absolutely dry. Vivri, thank you so much for tuning in and happy Thursday. Welcome to Glitz live video. Let it air dry. And this one has just the powders underneath. But I'm not worried about. I'm gonna dust it off later. All right, so we have the number 5 already. Here's a looks for a TikTok. These two are top coat already. So today's we're gonna dedicate 100% just the dipping techniques, nothing else. We'll not even put chamfer foils. We'll not even put the crystal unless you want to, but it's another techniques for that. So I will do this all the colors, and then we can keep 1 or 2 of them, and I'll show you how you can able to do still using the dipping powder. And if you want, like, I want dipping powders on the core product, on the foundations, on the background of my nails, but I still want to have some crystal on it, I'm going to show you how, and it will last on weeks to come. So next one, we are going to using a number 6, one of my favorite color, which is creamy caramels. And let me move this one. Unless we're interested in TikTok, but I think Instagram and Facebook and YouTube can see the colors. But I can adjust TikTok. I want to adjust TikTok for everyone to see. That would be awesome. So now it's still setting. So when you're first starting it and you're doing for 5 nails, you're giving it some time because it's set. It have to like, it's really like, it's air dry. You don't need any LED UV lights at all. It's all air dry. All right, so for anyone just starting it out and tuning in, again, I'm going to really detail for this. We have so many requests for dipping powders and doing it proper ways. It's so many different ways that it can be modified and be adding it. It's great though, but it's for you to really understand deep in it and how it works and how you can able to achieve it without getting a lot of minimums of struggling and frustration is possible. So now start again. Prep your nails. If you're doing your nails or your clients, push back the cuticles. I have a lot of videos that prep and push back the cuticles and clean the nail plates before you apply. You can check them out. And we're gonna using number 1 primer. It's gonna help to clean up all of the grease and is getting ready for your application. So apply on, tie the nail. Okay. I think my TikTok is go all the way up.
Yeah,
Sorry.
because you have adjustment.
Sorry.
So
Bring it up or down, whatever. There it goes. There goes much better. Okay. So, and then we're going, Tanika. Thank you so much for tuning in. Welcome to Glitz Live video. So base coat. This is all dipping. When you want to do a dipping and who doing it and why you doing it. If you want to doing a natural look on the nail, getting the strength on your nails, and you don't want to deal nothing with LED lights. I don't want to get any LED lights. I don't want to get a gel. I don't want to top gel, and so on and so forth. If you don't want nothing to do with gels, this is like all air dry system, so you don't have to deal with anything. You don't have to worry about like allergic to gel or anything. This is going to be for you. So we're gonna go ahead and apply the base coat. Good layer, like you would apply your gel polish. If you are not like doing anything with the gel polish, this is going to be the first system you do. It's only basically just apply to all entire nail, and make sure you are place it close to the cuticle, glide it down, and give it enough layer. Not too thick, not too thin. If you feel like your first time dipping in and you have like, oh my god, it's all the craziest and it's wrinkled and everything, it's just give it a try again and do it a little bit thinner application of the number 2 base coat. So okay, so 30-degree, 45-degree, but not 90-degree, and slightly going down. So now if you're doing it for yourself, you can dip it direct into the jar, but if you do for the client, you can sprinkle it in to a little containers for your clients. All right, so I'm gonna let it, when I dip it like this, you can do dip like this, right? And you let it go and let it dry for a little bit, and you go into the dip the next one. So I'm doing one at a time, but if you're doing for yourself, you dip one, and then you apply the number 2, you dip 2, apply number 2, you dip 3, apply number 2, you dip 4, and then you go back and you can remove. Now it's time for it to set and kind of settle a little bit, and you're gonna using the bristle little brush, and then you dust off all the excess powder. Okay, and after you finish it like with 5 nails, and then time for you to getting your second coat. Again, number 2 base coat. Okay, here you go. I have it on my right here because otherwise we can't. So base coat, applies it again. So now I'm gonna show you. So you're gonna pick up is about that much. Where am I? And also it depends on your length of the nails and shape of the nails. If you have a shorter nails, like doing it, usually I would do, if you're doing for a natural nail, it probably will be maybe 75% of this nails or half of this nail. If anyone's have this really nice long nail plates, you can like, 75% of it. But I do this on the live video so you can see is obviously and how easy achievable the dipping technique. So base coat applies it on, glide it on the top. You don't want this is to be too thin, too thin. It will not going to be enough to apply it on your, pick up your powder, but too thick, guess what happened is gonna make a little bit challenge for you to dip it in. So good layer, I was saying if it's seeing it shiny like this, it should be really a good to go. So tap it to make sure they are fluffy and hold for about a few seconds. Leave it up. Tap the rest of the excess powder off. And you don't have to rush to dust your powders on right now. You're going to move on the next one and then dust off this. It's still setting. It still is absorbing it right now. And you can let it. You dust it off after you finish like 5 nails, or if this is the last one, you're gonna go and you dust off the first one first, and then you dust this one the last. So basically, every single step, it's just like really patient. You don't need to have your LED UV light to keep. It doesn't mean you're gonna be rush. By the time you're done with this, it should be good. All right. So now again, either way, you want to do the number 3 first or number 2 first. Either way, but just only be caution with your. I'm going to do number 2, apply it all to seal and to kind of balance and seal. So then that way all your powders got protect underneath, and then it's not going to be lumpy, bumpy. So even if you don't have an e-file, you will never gonna have to strugglings and have is difficulty with your dipping at all. You can definitely nail it in, like even just at home when you're book and your file. Okay. Just make sure your prep step is important, so then it's not going to leak anything at all. All right, so let it settle for a little bit, and then we are going to adding the activator. And this activator, it helps to dry your number 2. Because otherwise, if you don't have an activator, it will not gonna dry. It's gonna stay wet like this completely. It's still not going to dry. So apply number 3, your activator. I opened the bottle, so I didn't want to spill it. So you see that how I really gently drop the number 2 on. I don't know if you can see that it's just like it's spread and distribute even in the nails. And then I'll let it rest and it's gonna set for me. All right, look at that, everyone. It is so nice. If anyone just want just nothing at all, but just your beautiful colors. I love this. I'll be honest with you, I really like it with the dipping essential. The colors is turned out good. And also there's the matching colors and the gel polish as well. If like any of you don't want anything with acrylics, if you don't want anything with the liquid and powder, then you can try the dipping techniques. If you are like don't like any of them, like I don't care for liquid and powders, I don't care for liquid, I don't care for powders and dipping solution, and we have the gel polish for you, so you can do right on the nails if you are, you know, love in the gels system. So here you go. Just look at that before even you will buff and will shine. Anything is already so shiny already, so it's really easy to doing it. Is nailed by Kristen. After this, do you put number 4s on it? So after this, we're done with this, right? So this 2 I did number 4 already. That is, I did number 4 already, but before the number 4, you do need this number 3 bestie. So don't forget this, because when you apply the number 4 right away, it will not going to set and dry at all. So this one, we are waiting for this one to dry. But I will start with this one. You don't need a lot of shipping and filing. That's I love about the is dipping techniques only. So make sure after you're done, you close. I'm gonna close it first because we wanna finish this one, and then we'll wrap it up with the number 4 first, and then before we move to the next one. So then, but make sure when you're done, you close it, because your number 3 and number 1 is will evaporate if you are let the bottles open. You don't want all your supplies gonna be gone for good. The top coat, we're gonna use it shortly. Here's your top coat. I'm going to using it shortly. All right, so I'm gonna just beside it, you know. If you need to perfect tip in here, do so. By the time you finish this all 5 nails, can you able to take care of the TikTok? Yeah. Yeah. By the time you finish this all 5 nails, it should be ready for you to. Oh, this one is stick to the number. Oh. I'm gonna wait for just a second. Okay. And now when it's perfect, if you are cleaning up and using it for yours, clean up, if you're using your E5, just clean up around the cuticles, and pretty much is nice and smooth. When you apply your, it's just important with the dipping, you just apply your number 2 base coat, just like you would apply the gel polish. Nice and good layer. If you want thicker, I would suggest to do 3 coat instead of thicker and of the number 2, because it's gonna make all your powders so wrinkled. So be patient. If you want it to be a little bit thicker, 1 coat thicker. If you have a longer nail plate, instead of just sport length, you can do, it's okay to do another coat, but do thin 3 coat instead of 2 thick coat, because it's gonna really give you a challenge if you are doing a thick number 2 base coat and try to dip it thicker. Okay, so this is really, and a lot of you will wonder like why you put number twos on it and you buff it up. That's the point, because you put number two on, that's why your nails is nice and smooth, and it's no like is lumpy bumpy, so it's help it protecting all the powder. So when I buff it, I don't have to worry about it's gonna take any powders away. This one is still a little bit still setting, so I'm gonna give it a little bit time. You know that when it's still almost ready to do it. All right, so I'm gonna give it just a little bit time. So these three are done. I'm going to go ahead and dust this one off. And now it's the time for you, if you send the clients to wash their hand. And then to top coat this, we need this too. So here's something I'm going to show you, okay? These two are you building it, the thickness for the nails, okay? And then this one are the one for you to finish the shiny top. So this is considered as really important is character in your dipping, you know, techniques. You can't not leave without the number three, because number three, it will activate and set your number four to dry, and number three will also set your number two so that it can build the structure for it. So all of them are important. Only if you can get away with is the lifesaver, but I love that when I first starting out, this is my lifesaver, is brush saver. So until like I know all the techniques, that's why I share it to you, so then you don't have to feel frustrated and then struggling with dipping. Your dipping technique should be is really easy, 1, 2, 3. And if you have a troubleshooting, or if you have is really frustration about dipping, and you can watch these videos again. I do really details, and I also have other videos that they're doing really detailed with dipping. Thousands of nail techs so successful cross country with the dipping techniques years ago. If you're first starting it out now, you are not late at all. You still is on the really good track, and it's now with the technologies with so many beautiful powder, you can nail it in like no time. So if you are starting a nail tech, and then if you don't want to deal with the powder, fine, you can do it a whole gel system. You also wonder like, why didn't see this one video she was said like, don't want to do acrylic? Because I want to show you all the option you can do so that you can maximum your potential, so that you can maximum your incomes coming in. If you don't want it, that's fine, but it's another option for you. If you're still building the clientele, if you have full pack books with your clients doing gel, and you're happy every year, you will have 10, 50, between 5 to 10% of the increase. Your is services. If you're not, you're stuck in the same place for 3, 4, 5 years, and you feel burnt out, and you feel like nobody will come in for gel, or nobody coming for acrylic. That is why the Glitz is platform you can enjoy with so many of techniques, so that you keep your careers alive. So then that way you can able to, if your clients, like if you see your market, the clients all of a sudden, oh my God, you have less of clients doing gel, but everybody keep coming to your salon, they keep asking for freaking dipping powder. I hated it. But listen to your client, listen to your future, your potential bread and butter. What do they need? It is you cater to them. It's not what you want or what you don't want. What your clients, what is your market need. But if your clients like hate the dipping, they're like, oh, do I hate it dipping? I like is Builder Gels. I like it looks like I don't want to do anything with the powder. There you go. I have a Builder Gel for you. And if they're like, oh, I don't want anything with the Builder Gels, I want to have gel extension. So here you go. I have a gel extension for you. Listen to your clients, because if you have 100 clients in your list, it doesn't mean 100 of them might do the same thing. Some might like acrylic, some might like gel, and some might like your gel extension. So listen to your clients and, work from there. So I'm going to go ahead and, of course, you're going to shape and then find it. I shared this is for the nail tech, and then also for is this is that the ideas that I said it earlier for the nail tech. But if you are the nail lover and learning dipping powder, congratulations. And we just doing it really a simple and easy technique. So number 3, don't forget, if you skip this one, your number 4 will not dry. So 3, I'm gonna open the bottle again. All right, so number 3, I'm going to try to remember to show number 3, activator. Same as, and then we go ahead and applies it all and tie the nails. Now you're seeing it shiny, yeah. Right, wait, and then immediately you're going to add a number 4 on it. But now here's the technique number 4. Same with number 2. You're going to glide on the top. You don't want to give it a pressure and press it down too heavy because your bristle will get here if it get contact too much with number 3. Okay. Glides on the top. There you go. Nice and shiny. I'll let it rest right here for just a second. Just in case your brush is getting harsh and then just dry on it. So I'm going to show you how to clean that in a little bit, okay? Again, number 3 again. Margaret, thank you so much. The latte and the rosewood grays, I know they're so beautiful. These 2 colors, I also my favorite. It's so beautiful. It's like soft look. Number 3 again. Activator. And let it apply. You're going to apply it on tie the nails. You can brush it in, make sure they are covered because they're not going to dry. Your number 4 is not going to set and dry until you have your number 3 activators on. So they have a link connect together. So top coat. Floating right on the top. See that I'm just gliding on, very touching like a lot. I'm loving this video and thanks so much if Katie, if you are here for requesting this. And here you go for any of us that's having is really it's hard time for your dipping and you want to give up. This is dipping is still one of really most like demanding and request services across country. So if you haven't get chance to get in it, you are not late at all. And especially is with so much of really detailed tutorial I share. I believe that you will nail this in like no time. So again, number 3 activator. This one I haven't shipped yet, so I want to do it later because that's the last one we applied, and then you still need some time for it to settle in. Number 3, and then when it can see that is your number 3 is kind of from shiny and it's kind of absorbing it to the nails already. So now it's a great time. You don't want to wait too long. You don't want to like apply it on and sit in and talk to your client chilling for like 10 minutes and your number 3 is gonna be gone. So you have to apply number 3 again in order for your number 4 to get clear and get set. All right, so we'll let it just sit in here and let it dry. So by the time you finish all 10 nails, it should be dry and it should set. Like this one, I did it earlier and it's like dry already. So this is perfect for anyone who loves just really nice soft look and a thin coat of your beautiful colors of acrylics. It's setting and it's had something is falling into that. Okay, I might have to put it out on the side because if I bump it and I don't want the, let me do this 3 out there. So yours is number 1, 2, 3, which is the Mocha Elegance, Ivory Dream, and Peachy Whisper right here. I love the looks of it. I mean, I love the application. It's nice. And then this is not, if you are extended your nails, if you put the tips on the nails, it's require more than just 2 layer of your dipping. You probably end up with 6, 7 layer of the dipping, depend on how long the client's nails is. So 2 coat, it will not going to build structure for the nails. It's not going to build your apex. You do want to getting it the C curve and then apex and building it. But, this is today we're going to dedicate. It was really a basic of 101 of your dipping techniques, because I want you to understand it really detail on that. So then when you are ready to take off and you want to do extension and retention, you know the foundation of it and you can nail it in like no time. All right, let me put this one on because it's still setting. And I don't want it to get destroyed by if I buff stuff in here, since the dust's gonna get in. Any question for me when I am top coat and finish this one? I'm here and I'm listening. And this one, if you are doing for yourself or doing your clients or dipping, it shouldn't take forever. You do 2 coats and then you clean up and you seal the cuticles and you're ready to topless. You don't have a lot of filing and shipping at all. It's nice and smooth already. And clean it up, or you can send the clients to wash their hand. Now we're going to top coat this. We do need the number 3 and number 4. So remember that you apply the top coat, you forget number 3, it will not going to dry. And so many of us that was forget, and then you ask them like, Nancy, why I applied the number 4 on it? It's not dry, and we are totally forget the number 3. Applies is all even on the nail, so you start seeing it's like kind of shiny and it's going matte right away. So it's mean like absorbing it to the nails and then to the powders layer, and it's ready for us to do the top coat. Top coat, and getting enough of your top, and then we're gonna glide it. Say glide it means so you don't have is really a lot of contacts whole entire bristle into the nail surface, because otherwise the number 3 activator is still there. It will dry, it will harden my brush right away. This will keep your brush just nice and then clean. All right, so this one I will let it air dry. Those don't need any LED lights at all. So if you are like love is beautiful acrylics, the strengths for the nails, this is going to be a great candidate for you. Ask your nail tech if you are the nail lovers, you're watching for some of really ideas for your nails. This is just all the dust from it. That's, I mean, the powder dust particle. All right, so I'm going to put that one on the side, and we are going to, maybe we can do the couple more nails. I have 4 more nails. We can dip it. See, so we did together, and we did just really good for the application. I have 4 of them, so we can use the different colors on it.
And just a quick reminder, if you like any product you see Nancy use today, you can find them on our official website at glitzaccessoryandsuch.com, link in bio. And we're currently in the middle of our Valentine sale, so if you want to save some extra money, this is the time.
Just without breaking your bank and get everything in. I'm like so excited. I really is curious about this one. We should do some glitter in here. We did some natural looks already. You can also do watercolors. I really like a bubble gums also, the pink. All right, so let's use the sprinkle techniques, okay? Is dipping powder 101. All right, again, prepping your nails like you would do a basic manicure. And then apply the primer. I'm gonna have to tilt like this because otherwise it's gonna spill. Primer first to degrease all of the surface and getting ready for it to adhere so nice with your baby gels. And then next, it's air dry. So you can go ahead and continue with your next step. Number 2, base coat. Applies and tie the nails. And I will glide this on as well. So in this, just in case you have a client that has longer nails, you can either sprinkle it in. Or if you're doing it for clients, I'm going to sprinkle it in. I was doing about 4 or 5 times. If you're doing for your nails, you can dip in your own jars. You can sprinkle with your own jar. But if you're doing to your clients, you want to make sure that you're getting it separate for your clients. Tap it. And then we're going to do like 5 nails. If you're going to do 5 nails and you go back and you do a second coat. Okay. So that's why you give it enough time for it to soak it in your number 2 base gels. And it will set and it dry before you go back and do the second coat. So I'm going to do another one, but I'm using this Sky Bling. I'm going to rotate it out. So again, move it again. Number 1 primer. And then this is number 1 primer already air dry. And then number 2 base coat. I'm going to apply it in. I'm going to do 2 coat, okay? 2 coat of the applies it. You make sure you apply the entire nails because it's only sprinkle and it's only absorbing it to where you have your number 2 base coat. You sprinkle it in. This one is cute though. Make sure it's fluffy and I will mix it up. So now after like once and after you're done with all 5 nails, I am gonna go ahead and give it a good dust. Just remove any of excess powder. Go back with the second layer, which is using the base coat. And you're gonna apply it and tie the nails. If you feel you have a little bit of the residues from the bristles, make sure you are going to wipe your bristles in a piece of your paper like this before you are put it back into the bottle. So now I'm go ahead and sprinkle the second coat. I love it. If yours like doing it just 2 coats, it's nice, beautiful. It's getting a little bit strength for your nails. It's going to be a great candidate for you. You can definitely do it yourself if you are doing it just your nails at home. Or for any beginner nail tech, it's going to be a great technique. Like a no odor. And of course, you can still smell the powder, but there's no odor for the monomers at all. So dust this one off. It has some particle of the glitter here, you know. So don't forget you are going to using the base coat. So then we can apply your Sky Bling. This is beautiful, these colors. You can either doing it with the liquid and powder techniques, like the monomer technique, or the dipping essentials. All right, so apply and tie the nails. Good layer. And sprinkle it in about 4 or 5 times. It's really good. And I will tape it in because we have some really nice particle glitter here. So now, because I have a little bit of this one, it's nice and thin, so I'm not worried about it. But then this one, it has like a little bit of a texture, sparkle on it. So what I do, I will using the crystal clear to give it a good like cap, and cap seals it. Here's my big crystal clear here. I'm gonna sprinkle it in shortly, okay?
Hello, Preet. Welcome to the stream.
All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and dust this one off. And there are so many techniques. So this one I will do maybe 4 of this. We're gonna do for some technique doing chamfer foils or crystal or whatever it is. Maybe we'll do 2 of them. Okay, but if you do that, you don't need a number 4 to finish it. So I'm gonna go ahead and seal this one by using the number 2. And sometimes if you watch one nails, you will not gonna be confused. If you move to the next one, I did several different techniques, so check them out. Number 2 first, okay? To seal this, you might see not many people doing this because then it's gonna be end up this lumpy bumpy. Seal this one, so then that way you are going to able to cap your glitter first of all, and then all the nail surface is going to be really nice and smooth. The number 2 is even out pretty much everything, so less filing, less shipping for you. So in order for number 2 to set, you do need your number 3 bestie activator. And I will, you see that I just drop in there first. I was like giving a quick drop it down first, so then I don't have to brush my bristles in it, because otherwise the number 2 will set number 3 brush. I will dry the number 3 brush right away. It's going to harden it. So I'll let it air dry. And then by the time you finish this 5 nails, it should be ready to go. So with this one is like you see a little bit texture on it. I'm going to using a crystal clear. And I need number 2 for this one. So we'll let the first nail be sparkly white on the side because we did number 2 and number 3 already. So then we'll do the base coat. And tie the nails. And then now we are going to sprinkle it. If you are sprinkle, you can sprinkle it or you can just soak it right in. I mean, dip it right in. I should, if I have to like change this one, I should do it acrylic and with dipping technique, acrylics with monomer techniques, acrylics with the gel technique. It makes more sense than it's called a dipping powder because it is acrylics powder. All right, so it's gonna let it set. So if you do 5 nails, I did only this one, I did it extra crystal clears on the top because we cap it with. And then we'll let it a little bit set because we're gonna do like 5 nails or 6 nails, 10 nails or whatever is you doing it. And then we are removing, you see that how it's keep absorbing it to the crystal clear right now. And then when you do 5 nails, you go back to this one and be ready for you. I'm gonna go ahead and add in number 2. Only this is what I'm doing in cap the glitter. So now if you do the thicker you do, the longer, a little bit longer to let it set. Okay. And that's this number 2. And I will using the activator to activate it. So let me drop the activator on this one first. And really can see that I'm barely touching it because if you don't want your number 2 is harden the brush at number 3. All right, so what next color should we do? Should we try maybe we should try the 2 colors really cute here is light nudes and base nude. Can you able to take care of the, so let's do the base nude and then light nudes is my forever colors. Again, I'm going to start with the number 1. So today is going to be really dedicated just for your dipping. I want you to understand it. So then who's need to do, who's want to do the dipping and how you're going to do it in the proper way. So number 1, primer. You doing it basic manicure, prep the manicure, push back the cuticles. And then we're going to do number 2. Katie?
Yep, Katie and Vicky.
Thank you so much for tuning in. And I like the base coat. So I want to go ahead and apply it and tie the nails like you would apply the gel polish, which is like good layer. But if you feel like you are applying it on and you sprinkle it on and it's like it's not going to applies it properly for you and it's just looks lumpy bumpy, I mean give it a second try it on, and then you are going to apply it a little bit and like is sub level and balance them. This should be good. And if you feel a little bit of not uneven surface, you're going to do a second coat and should be able to cover the first coat nice and easy. So this is the base nude, beautiful colors. I'm going to do the second coat shortly. And this is a light nude. Right here. I want to go back and forth on this too. Again, number one is the primer.
So we are doing dipping technique with acrylic powder, and she's using number 2 base coat right now.
So this base coat is all air dry. So all of the dipping solution is air dry, and it does need each other to is getting a successful of your application. So number 2 applies it on. Sprinkle the colors of your choice. I will do about 4 or 5 times to make sure that it's absorbing it. If you are using your own jars, you can dip right into the jars. I was doing a little bit longer nails today for if anyone is doing a natural nails that is usually normally it's going to be shorter, like half size shorter, but this is like you can see, but this is looks really good. The color is so good in person. Under the camera, it looks weird though. All right, so go back into this, and I'm gonna go back in that number 22 base nude. And now it's set a little bit. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove the excess powder, apply the number 2 base coat again. Hello, Katie. Happy Thursday. Welcome to Glitz Live video. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm so excited. I'm so happy that you request for your dipping technique. Here you go. And I have all the videos that we did. It's all 10 different nails of dipping in different colors. I will definitely going to save it for us so you can watch it later at your convenience. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and sprinkle it in. It's going to be perfect great for anyone who loves as a natural look and the colors of the powders. And make sure that your powder is going to be a 2-in-1 and the powder is special for both monomers techniques and dipping technique. So I'm going to sprinkle about 4 or 5 times, tap off the excess powder. It looks beautiful though. I'm not going to dust it off yet because it's still setting and drying right now. I'm still trying to absorbing it to the base gel right now. I'm going to set it on the side and I'm going to do the next nail. So you can do like you sprinkle one and you don't dust anything, let it go, just let it rest. Sprinkle the second one, third one, fourth, 5. And then you go back and this one is ready for you to dust off the residues and the excess powder. And then you can apply the number 2 and number 3. So this one is, I'm gonna dust off this. I'm so happy that Katie will mention and request for this video. So I'm so excited. I'm gonna go ahead and it's getting a little bit extra powder right here. There's edges. Oh, it's all underneath. I said, wait a minute.
With proper application, this would last 3 to 4 weeks easily.
Yep, with the proper application and then clean up and remove and seal the cuticle, it should last you a good 3 to 4 weeks. Apply 1 coat of your base coat. This is a dipping solution. So, and then we are go ahead and sprinkle it in. I will sprinkle about 4 or 5 times. If you are using your own jars of your powders, you can dip right in there. This one because I'm running out of my almost running out of my number 19 light nude. So I'm going to using this scoop and sprinkle it in. All right, so let it rest and air dry. The little dot there. I pick it up already. All right. So both of this one are drying right now. This one is drying, but you hear that? It's a soft, like it's sound, and it needs some time. This one, it should be okay to. And then this one, we're gonna wait for the second. And after you finish all 5 nails, you are going to dust it off.
Yes, it will last 3 to 4 weeks with proper application. And remember, we will save this video, so if you need to come back to it to see the step-by-step, start to finish, you can always do.
So what we're gonna do is a base coat. And we're gonna apply on all of the nails. So you do 5 nails already, you go back and you're ready for a second, like sealing number 2. So here, if it's really easy to do, and also the instructions also on the websites along with the products as well. So you won't not have to worry about it's gonna miss any step at all. So, and then we're gonna do the second one. We're gonna adding the top coat on this, and the number 2, the base coat. Base coat. We're not doing top coat yet because we're still working on the base coat to seal this one. And then if you don't add like the number 3 on, this is one not, it's not going to cure. It's gonna sit there and it's still waiting for your command. So we're gonna go ahead and using number 3 activator. This is now, it will help this to set. Adding it on. And then we're gonna do that one, the same thing with this. So now, with all of this, I will not gonna put the top coat on. I did top coat with all of the previous like 6 of them ahead, and I'm gonna show you for now. For anyone who love the background and the coat colors underneath is the dipping powder, and then you want to top coat with the gel top coat, or you want to top coat with chamfer foils, or you want to top coat with the crystals application on it. So now is the time I'm going to show you. So if you do that, you don't want number 3 and number 4 again to activate it, because if you activate it and then you apply the top coat, this top coat will not going to compatible and will not grip your condensed glue gel. If you apply it on the top of the top coat, your condensed glue gel is going to peel off in like the next day. But I'm going to show you how you do, and you can able to do that in proper way, and it will last is good for weeks to come. So we have this one, the nails is ready, the sparkly white. You can use any colors. I'm just happening that doing some of the colors that in the soft look for the background of anything. Okay, so shape. Beside the shape. And the other 2, I'm going to leave it there because it's still setting. When you do, because I'm doing a demo, so it takes time for it to do, because we don't do all 5, 10 now. So you make sure that you give it time for it to set. And then now if you have e-file or nail tech, if you have e-file, you can definitely is using your e-file and smooth it out. But if you don't, just using if you're doing it your nails at home and you just have your hand file and your book, you can still nail it down as well. And up the cuticle line. Nice and smooth already. You don't have to have like I think it's just great techniques if you don't use any of your LED lights. Smooth it out and remove any of got it powdery. And press it off. You're gonna send your clients to wash their hand or just wipe it off all the remaining and residues. And so now it is completely done. And if you are going to finish it like we did it, there's nails earlier we did, you do want to adding your number 3 on. So it's now time for you to seal if you don't like, nah, I don't want anything designs at all. I want just this look. You're gonna do your activator first and then your top coat. And let it set for about 5 minutes or 10 minutes and it should dry completely. And you don't have to do any LED UV lamps at all. But if you don't want it, you want to get like some sort of a crystal. Let's say if you want to do some crystal designs on, or some transfer foils on, or anything else on it, you do want to get in your base coat. Now here's going back into it. I know you have the jewels in yours. Is the iHold base gels all the way. It will connecting and adheres your anything of the essential of the gel application on top of it. So we're gonna go ahead and apply the base coat on it. Now we're here. I'm just gonna do this too, and then I'm gonna go back to this to top coat it. So then that's why you're like, wait a minute, I don't want anything with this is for a lot of us that want like, I want the background, but I want to something fun on it. So what you need to do, your base coat. This is the gel. So going from the dipping to the system of gel LE UV LED keying right now. So base coat and base coat here, 30 seconds. And now if your client, if you don't want to deal with the base with the top coat, if you don't want to do with the top coat, you can able to, you don't want a top coat of your dipping solution, you can do top coat of the gels. So this is something for someone who loves the background of the dipping powders and want to combine of the gels and everything else. All right, so we're gonna wait for this one to dry. Just need to get some time. This one is still soft, so we're gonna wait for it. But all of this one that we did it earlier is already dry. So make sure when your client is applying it on, give it a little bit, a few minutes. Don't let her touching her nails after you doing it. You want to tell her to wait for like 5 or 10 minutes. It will dry, but it's not going to be instant that you just apply it on and they can touch it on, they're going to mess it up. So that is dipping. I'm excited. So then now that one is great. Let me see on this one is ready. It's still soft for me. So now this one we did with the base coat already, the base gels already. And now it's time for you to adding anything else. If you want crystal, you can adding your condensed glue gels on and then adding some crystals. Can I get, should we do the top coat? Maybe I should do the top coat though. If you want to do it, you can do a top coat. Or if you're doing a foil, you can transfer the foils. Now it's time for you to do premium. But between your dipping, your transitioning is your base coat. If you want anything else designs on the top of it with anything related to gel using the gel product UV LED light, it is your keys right here. Because without this, any other gels you apply it on, it's going to peel off. So make sure that is going to be connection between your dipping powders to the gels details. All right, so we're gonna leave it here for a second and I will adding some crystal on it after we finish with this. We're gonna save that too for one for transfer foils and one for crystal or whatever it is. But we're gonna check this one. Shape this and precise. When you tap it in and you hear that sound, it means it's ready for you. You dust it off. I used to use number 2 and number 3 to apply the crystal. I wish I know it sooner, and I wish that, you know. So then now your crystal trifecta, your condensed glue gels, your no web top coat, it would definitely a game changer. All right, so clean it, and then we're gonna do the top coat, number 3 and number 4 top coat on. So I just showed earlier that how you can able to transitioning from a dipping to your beautiful chamfer crystal applications and so on and so forth. Anything with related to gels, you can able to transition into that. Your base coat is your bridge for that, to connecting them all together, and without worry about, oh my gosh, I applied it on to all my is condensed glue gels is peeling up all the crystal, because it's not supposed to stay right on the raws of the really shiny, like slick top coat of the dipping solution. So activator number 3. So now I'm go back after you dip it all. I'm not gonna switch it onto the gel, so I want to do it activator, and we're gonna adding it all and tie the nails. Make sure you're getting it all and tie the nails, or else it's not going to cure or set. It's not going to dry at all. So number 3, and tie the nails. And now you see the foam is shiny and it's getting matte. This is going to be about right time for you to apply it on. If you let it just like that for a long time, it might not going to do what it's supposed to do. So now number 4, your top coat dipping solution. 1 stroke in the middle, and then you fence it out. And I'm using just on the tip first to guiding some top coat, and then I'm gonna glide it right on the top. There you go. Doing the same thing with this. It's using a tip. Really, it really light touch. You don't like really is press it aggressive on the top of it. Here you go. And then we're gonna let it air dry. So when you're doing your clients or yourself, make sure you don't get too excited and let her touch in right away, because it doesn't require LED UV light to cure. Doesn't mean that it's gonna dry really fast. So it's gonna take 5 minutes to set it, or 10 minutes, but it's not take 3-4 hours. It should be 5 or 10 minutes, because it does need to get absorbing it, and it's gonna work its own self. So 10 minutes. If you're doing for yourself, just make sure that you don't touch. I would do, if you're doing left hand or right hand, do one hand first and then get finished and do the other hand. So then that way you don't have to fumbling around trying to one hand to try to dry and do the other hand. And if you do for your clients, make sure to ask clients, please do not touch, and set it the timer for 10 minutes. Like you can set it on the phone, or if you have a timers on your station, you can set it timer. So please don't touch anything for 10 minutes. So then if you touch it right now, it's still setting, and then your fingerprints might be in there, or it might mess it up. So please be patient, and then set it for 10 minutes. If you turn on the TV, if you have a TV on your stations that you watch, or iPad, to let the clients watch them entertain for 5-10 minutes, or if you can want to turn it on anything on the phone 5-10 minutes, then it go fast. But if you touch it right now, it's still, if I touch it right now, I'm gonna mess it up. And especially I'm doing demos, you know, with 1 or 2 nails, it take longer time, because you know that normally would do it 5 or 10 nails. I'm so happy. Thank you so much for Katie who mentioned that with the dipping powders techniques. I hope this is really bring you a great, I really deep into details, how to apply it, and who should wear in the dipping powder, who you should be able to introduce. Like say if you have a client that's come in and they don't want to do anything with gel, products you don't want to do nothing, but they want the nails to be a little bit stronger, have strength, but then also I don't want to smell any monomers, I don't want to do anything with the monomer. This is going to be a great candidate for your clients, or it's great candidate for you if you are in that category. Like you want strength, a little bit stronger thickness for your nails, but you don't want the bulky nails. But then also you want to enjoy, you want 1,000 or hundreds of colors of option, because you thought that gel polish is only the option that you can do. Now you can able to do with the powders with all different colors of your choices, and you can able to do that. You can even do it dipping on in your nails, and then this is going to be like 2 layer, 2 coat of it. So it's not going to be a 2 coat. It's not going to, remember, if you're doing extension for your clients now, like now you have a client like, oh, I want this, but I want extended. Make sure the extended is gonna be, you're gonna take a little bit longer. You're gonna need at least of, if it not 4 or 5 coats, it might be 6, 7 coats. It depends on the clients have long nails. If it long nails, long nails, the clients want long nails, I would suggest to doing it liquid and powder, which is using your 2-in-1 acrylics with your is monomer technique, or you're using your Builder gels with the thicker paste is Velvetty gels, or a Builder gel with thinner paste of iHold Builder gels, or gel extension. But if the clients just want really nice sport length, any clients in the medical fields, and any ones that can't wear long nails and can't wear gel polish, and they allowing to wearing the dipping powders, here you go. You can able to using your is dipping technique using acrylics, 2-in-1 acrylics. You can do that. So that is exactly, I'm more detailed, and I did really detailed step by step as well. Oh, thank you so much, Tanika. Thank you. I'm so glad you are tuning in. Yes, you are very welcome, Katie. I hope it helped, and I hope it's like really details, and I will save the video so then you know what to apply, what should you apply, and how technique to handle your number 2 and number 3. So now because I'm sharing it, I wish I know it sooner, but when I so years of it in practice, and I know how then that way you don't have to struggling with that. So I used to getting all my brush number 4 and number 2 is hardened so bad because I was putting so heavy pressure on it. So that's why it was contaminated with number 3, and it will harden my brush. So if number 2 and number 4, if it get too much contaminated into number 2 and number 4, that is the one of the builder for your dipping techniques, and one is the top coat and seal your dipping application. Okay, so but any of this 2 or 4 are get too much contaminated with number 3, it will harden both of your brush, also this brush. So they connect so well together, but there's a easy way, the tip and trick. So I show really details on this video today. So I hope if you get some time, the spare moment, if you have a really difficult time with your dipping and you're like, oh my God, nah, I'm just doing all my dipping away, all my essentials, I'm not going to work with it. It's just so pain, you know, it's not at all. It's not at all. That's why I was so excited today videos that I want to share with you. So now, just in case you're doing it, so when you get hang of this in 1 or 2 nails, you don't necessarily have to have this lifesaver. But be honest with you, when I first start, this is my bestie. It's my lifesaver. So I get constantly, and even the staff at the salon get constantly getting the brush harden it. So if you are just starting it out with the journey with the dipping, you know, you are not alone, and you are not like the first one or the only one doing it. So what happened is when it getting hardened, right? I'm just wipe it off so I can show you. Just when it hardened like this, okay, we are going to do, just remove your lifesaver, I mean the brush saver, and then you can use it alternate for this one if you want to, okay? But then I will soak it into the brush saver, maybe about a few minutes. By the time when you know that after you finish application, you're ready to, you know, like say bye to your client, you can soak it in, and then it's getting soaked and is will dissolving all of the residues and all of the activates from the activators, and then your top coat, and it clean your brush, and it's gonna come like this. Okay, it's gonna clean it really nice in a few seconds. It depends on how much you are going to mess up. Like, but don't throw the brush away. You just only need your is brush saver. So it does help me along way when I first starting it with dipping until I get just details of it idea, and nobody's showing and telling you how you can able to really master of it. And I think to me, in my personal one, after my own opinions, when after I get it in the ideas and the nails it down for the dipping techniques, I got an opportunity to share with so many of you, and I'm grateful for every single one of you. And I know that it will bring the even single techniques will bring you some of ideas for it, so then you won't have to be fumbling around and struggling or is having frustration about this. And dipping powder, what, trust me, when you get a couple of nails and just follow exactly what I show you, how you hold your brush and how you apply it on, I believe that you will nail it in like 1 or 2 days. Like it was, I mean, 1 or 2 nails. That is same thing with 3D flowers as well. I got an opportunity to share. Oh my God, you see that? How is nice the brush is of dissolving it, is melt everything away. See that? That's it. That's all you need. It doesn't have nothing at all. You can leave this brush in here because I swapped the brush of the brush saver already into the number 4 already. So you can alternate back and forth for this. So then that way it will be able to keep it right there. Okay. Yep. So just your brush saver. So now that is a great information, and we're gonna put this on, and I will do, let me move this one away, and then we're going into this. So we get really beautiful. It's all in dipping techniques for any of us who is love in the dipping and the soft look of it. Here is your colors. If you love this, it's beautiful soft look colors. I love this. It's perfect when you do 2 good thin coat. And there is a Bare Radiance collection, and the jar, I love it. It's 2 ounces jar. So then even you're doing a little bit longer on the nails, like if you have a longer nail plate, it's going to be easy for you to dip it in if you are doing it for your nails. Here you go. And then we did extra a couple colors. We're going to be let it so it's just a little bit dry. This number is base nude and light nude. They're both beautiful, and it's on the nails. Really trendy. And also we have this one. This one we have the base gels on it. I didn't adding the number 3 and number 4 on this particular, these 2 nails. I didn't because I want to show anyone, because I know that so many of you love it's adding some cute designs on it. So let's say I already have a base coat here for 30 seconds already. So let's do one with the chamfer foils and see how it's going to take us. Okay. So premium iHold chamfer foils, we want to apply it on. And then we'll do one with chamfer foils and one with the crystal. So then you can see you can do so many options beside. But if you don't, you have a client like, nah, I don't want anything with the UV LED light, then you don't have to. But here is an option for clients who love the backgrounds and foundations as the dipping techniques, but then they still want to getting some of the nail art too. So we're gonna go ahead and apply the chamfer foil, premium iHold chamfer foils on. All right. Go ahead and kiss 30 seconds. If your lamp require you to do 60 seconds, do so. Because sometimes you feel that you key and it's going to transfer, do need extra time for that. If your lamp is been using for a long time, just watch the date. Because usually if it does, it will last 5,000 hours. But if your lamp has been a long time and it keep popping off the crystal, it keep not transfer your voice, doesn't matter however is the step that I show you follow exact the same and it's keep not listening to you, you might want to look into the lamp and see what else can you do with the lamp. If you have additional lamp, it's great. If not, then that is a lamp that need to be replaced. It's set as it is, but you don't want it affecting too much, and it will keep it nice. And so I had this one in the voice on yesterday. I think it's like it's a number 94 and 90, 94 and 92, one of them.
94.
Can you grab number 94 and see if it's the right one? Katie, my pleasure. Thank you so much. I love your suggestions for the dipping, and let me know what next content we should do to able to support and enhance more of your techniques. This is 94. This is probably not the right one. 94. Or is that 92 then? Oh, not 92. Or maybe 50. Something.
Or 99 maybe?
No, 92. Oh, 50. This one I think is 50. All right. Hold on. I don't even know. I pressed a button. Just give me 1 second. I'm going to go and find the right box.
All right, and while Nancy grabbing that for you, yeah, just another quick reminder. Any product you see Nancy use today, if you want to try them out, you can check them out at our official website at glitzaccessoryandsuch.com. Link in bio.
No, it's 99 and 92. I'll bring it. I will find out for us.
We'll figure it out. No worry.
I'm not worried about it. Which one? This one? No. This one is cute though.
Hey, that one.
Number 50 is also beautiful. Number 50 is always it's one of the ways to go to. I love this. Look at the smaller one. This is gonna be perfect for Omega gels. Should we do one Omega gels again? I love the Omega gels. It's just so cute and trendy. All right, I need your help. Should we do this and then do Omega gels? Or maybe I can do this and Omega gels. This just looks cute though. Right here. And or if you don't want Omega gel, here you go. Just need this and you're good to go. .3D flowers nail art. I'm gonna do right here. Yesterday we do Omega. Today we do this. And adding some crystal or what? Give it a good rub. Yes, you can still doing designs, crystal designs, chamfer foil on the dipping background. Give it a good rub. And here you have it. If you have so many foil box in your collection and you're ready to just do it away because they are giving you such a hard time and it's not chamfer, blotchy, and it's not listening to you, it is going to be your last chamfer foil gel you will ever need. Here you go. The flower is nice. You like this flower? This is cute though.
Oh, the background is super nice.
Yeah, it's really nice. You can do the... And if you want, we can do this one with 3D flowers or crystals. Or can leave this one as a crystal design. Your call. Oh, let me see. Like this one, I like this one. This one will be a good candidate for the oh, let's do this one. Okay, I'm liking it. Let's do it. Give me my whole chamfer foil. And then we'll do that. And then we're gonna get in some Omega gels. And get some flowers. And it's a great for day. Today's a great day and today's a great video. And I thank you, every single one of you. Thank you for suggesting in ideas. And let me know what is the next we're gonna do. Would you want 5D gels application? Let me know how to mold the sculpting the flowers. I'm gonna apply this really good layer of the chamfer foil, 30 seconds here. So here's just when we're waiting for the nails to be clear, just recap your dipping. Pick any of the colors of the powders. And here is your most like essential for you to really nail your dipping techniques using 2-in-1 acrylics powder in like next level. It's 1, 2, 3. So primers, base coat, activators, and the top coat. And remember, if you want to do a little bit thicker, so you want to do a third coat, give it a 3 thin top, 3 thin coats instead of 2 thick coat. And it's gonna make it really easy, and it's gonna set, it's gonna dry faster, and it's not gonna give you any of the headache at all. And then if you're like me, when I first starting it out, and I'm always getting my brush hardened, you brush safer. It's a brush hardened. It's just from the technique that, you know, sometimes you're doing it heavy handed on it, but then when you're doing a couple nails, you will get hang of it. And with the videos that I share really detailed for you, I believe that you don't have any of the headaches at all when you're doing your dipping techniques using 2-in-1 acrylics powder. All right, so I'm gonna wait for that one to be here. All right, so box I'm using number 50. I love this box. It has so many beautiful, cute, big flowers, so you can do with or without Beauty Omega gel if you want this individual, and you can plug into wherever you want. You can trim them. You can using a scissor and cut that and transfer it in as you prefer. If you want this, like this one is cute though. Oh, this one is cute. And but this one have the little like leaves and the vine here. And here you go. I'm gonna find the spot I like, and I will transfer. Am I in your screen?
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's see.
Get a big flower.
Let's see.
Flower.
All right, and place it in here. Good rub. Make sure they are sucking, the piece of your foil is stuck right into the nail surface. And slowly remove it. It's too like stick and adhere to it. It's go nowhere, but it transfer. If you feel like spot right here, if I'm not rubbing it like good enough, you slide it back, and here you have it. Where's the spot? Right here. Gone with the wind. It's empty. It is like 99% right here. That's it. And congratulations, you're getting the super cute, and it's nice and easy. So now if you don't want anything else, you can just seal with the condensed glue gel, top coat, you're good to go. This is, I would consider this is like really more like bonus all after we're dipping all this. So this you want just nothing but just dipping techniques using your 2-in-1 acrylics. That is for you. And then it's a bonus. So just in case you have a client like you would have, as all the group of clients that no, I just want dipping only. I just want nothing. It's just the dipping techniques on using 2-in-1 acrylics powder. Then here you go. But if you have a client that says no, I want the dipping foundation, but I want some cute nails on, some cute designs on it. And here you go. So I'm gonna go ahead and using condensed glue gels, and then I will seal condensed glue gels, and then what, top coat. It's a bonus for you, for just any of us that you have the question like, what if my clients want some crystal, some transfer foil, what can I do with the dipping technique? So remember, the keys is here is your base coat. And your base coat will connecting and transitioning from your dipping techniques to the gel techniques. floating right on the top. If you don't have that, the base gels on it, when you apply your condensed glue gel and top coat, it will peel off in like a couple days. All right, I'm so excited. It's still time for you to get in your subscription box. I brag about the subscription box all the time because we wish that we have it way in many years. Then we'll definitely it's a game changer, but it's still and never too late because you are like a first time tuning in and was always wanted to get the Glitz subscription box and is so wondering it's gonna be worth it. You gotta give it a try and get one box and see it's worth every single penny. So I'm gonna adding a couple of the crystal here. And that's it. You can add more as you prefer. If you don't, I will leave it alone like this. This is gonna be a great dainty for the clients who is never been trying with the crystals application or crystal designs and then wanted to get it some bling on it but afraid of to get coming off and they were not going to last it on. This is going to be a perfect designs for your clients who is just first up to introduce with. You can add some beads in here as you prefer. If you don't, leave it alone like this and go ahead and key for 60 seconds. I could add some more on it, but I said maybe I shouldn't. I should leave it alone like that. There you go. So on a 3, or you can do halo around. 60 seconds here, everyone. I'm going to do this one. Again, I will seal this one, and we're going to do some cute Omega Gels application. So condensed glue gels again. We're going to seal this. So when you're doing the transfer foil, you don't only just apply the top coat on. It will leap away. It's going to peel up. Either you have a base gels. The base gels, you're going to able to apply it on. And then the top coat, if you don't use any crystals on. But if it's crystals, I will doing the condensed glue gel so it encap all your foils in there. So it's not going to have any chance to leap away for a few weeks when the client's wearing it. So I'm going to go ahead and floating right on the top. Just glide it on the top because you don't want to pull away your condensed glue gels. You want your condensed glue gel to stay there and so that it can adhere it. So now if you don't want anything else, top coat and then here. But if you want your beautiful, we're going to adding some of the, we're going to adding a couple, I mean, the petals, maybe AB. I'm adding Omega Gel to make it like have a glass nails, glass flower effect. Now, if you don't want anything else, it looks cute like that already. So I'm going to go ahead and key it. 45 seconds, it should be good. I'm waiting for it. Is keying it right now. Oh, in the meantime, let me move this on 1 second. I will need to get our plate and get a little bit of the Omega gels. Where my Omega gels is. Grab my Omega gels here. I will pick like a smaller beads. And this I mean, we have 5 petals, so like a bigger bead. And then you can roll it. Okay. I will need 5 petals or 4 petals or whatever it is, the same shape as the flowers that we transfers on it. So I'm gonna do 1, and then remember you can adjusting it your petal to be your bead to be smaller or bigger. It might be a little bit big, but I won't get that. Divide it to smaller bead. It might be 5 or 6 or 7 or something. All right, let me see. It's just touching on that. This one done. We're gonna using precision glue gel to seal all of the edges here. But on this one, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm not doing it this one smaller, like a smaller bead. So you're gonna do a row your beads, and you can get more as you needed it. If you are using a little bit extra, you know, make sure you keep that in there. It's nice and clean. You can be able to reuse them because you didn't touch it in that part. So I'm gonna go ahead and place 1 bead right in the top of the petals. Stay right there. 2. Places where it's exactly on the top. Sorry. Like moving my hand. Like you try to stick on my glove. And here we did. So when you feel like it's stick on your gloves, don't panic. Just using a little bit of alcohol and wipe it off. It's more better that it's trying to stick on my glove and I try to get it off. There you go. There you go. Normally, when I'm doing it behind the scene, when I'm doing it, and will never stick on my glove. It's of course when I'm doing a live stream, it's always give me a hard time. All right, so when I'm using the 3D dual brush, and that's all you need. You need your Omega gels and your 3D dual brush. You can get this like individuals, or you can get the combos. The combos is great because you save more. And then on the top of that, your Valentine sales will take care of it, even save more. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna kind of secure your petals on first. So I'm gonna go ahead and give it a good press down and let go. You don't have to perfect it right now. We're gonna do that shortly. Okay, press it down. Just kind of anchor your bead down to the nail plates surface, and then do the same thing with the rest. If you have like 2 flowers, or you do 3 or 4 flowers in one nails, or all the nails, you can be able to do your Omega gel. It's going to be set level, but it's not going to runny like set level to the point that you have to like really panicking and do it right away. So this is going to still give you some time. So now we're going to go back and press it down in the middles and right in the middle of the petals, and fence it to the left and to the right. And it's really nice that you have the designs already underneath. So you only need to do is to trace on the top of it. And that's it. If you want it's the petal to fans out a little bit bigger than your petals that in your foil design, you also can do. If you want to do exactly what the shape is, you can also do that too. But I'm fans out a little bit bigger to make it look so cool. It looks really good in person though. I'm not sure it's your end viewing, but mine looks really cool. Here you go. Stunning. Right here. Let's go back in here. Right. So far, looking good. Or maybe I should I chrome this on everyone? Like add a little bit of like pink chromes on it. Looks gonna be cool. Let me know. Yes or no. If you don't want to, leave it alone. Give 60 second top coat. And then do precision glue gels if you need it for your crystals. And then you are done. I mean, keep for 60 seconds. Every time you're using the iHold gels, you do want to keep it for 60 seconds. Like, okay, I'm going to tip it in the frame right there. Cool. So now if you want to cure, if you want to do a little bit chromes on, make sure you cure it for 30 seconds. 25 to 35. I will stick with 30 seconds. And then let's do that. And I'm going to grab my chromes. All right, so go ahead, cure 30 seconds. And maybe the pink or any colors. This is one of the colors I got it from the Omega Gel. Sometimes you're getting a free, right at the moment, you're getting a free of your chrome pigment randomly. Like many of the glitz, femmes getting it like 10 different of the Omega Gels at once, and you're receiving 10 different chromes pigments. They're probably getting it for the whole team or the salon. So 10 different color of the pigments is not the same identical. So then you have so many the supplies and all different variety of your chrome to create its unlimited of your beautiful design. I'm gonna put this right here for just a second now. All right. So I'm gonna pick the pink one. Pick just a little bit. If just in case you feel it too much, you can dab it in your paper. I'm using to put it on the top of the paper, and then just applies it on the outline of your flowers. If you want whole flowers, you can, but to me, it's no point because it's already have a beautiful background of the chanfo underneath. So I'm gonna enjoy that beautiful designs instead of cover the whole entire flowers. But hey, if you want tie the flower, do so. You do it because it's only you can know that it looks good. Here you go, just a little bit, like just a little bit to giving a nice, like pop up. Here you go. And we're going to using the shiny top coat to protect your chrome. So don't let your clients or yourself walk away with this. You want to make sure you top coat it first to seal and leave your crystal alone. Seal your petals. You only need to do that because the rest of them is already sealed so well. Here you have it. Go ahead and key it. 60 seconds. Key. While I'm waiting for that one to be 60 second key, I will double secure this crystal. So then now if you have a lot of clients, it's really tempting to want to get the crystals, but then there was afraid of it's not going to last and catching on the hair, the clothes. This is going to be the solution for your clients, your precision glue gels. I just took the cap off. And then we are going to check do a little bit quick exam. It's not much of a crystal here, but it's still like, it's want to make sure that it's right here on the edges, that it's closer to cuticle line. Your clients is not getting snack on the hair. So feel scratchy right here. When you do that, your clients also feel too. Squeeze out just a little bit, that much. Little will go a long way. Okay, 60 seconds here. If you have a bigger crystal, but you're even doing 3 of them, and your clients is still feeling it's sketchy on it, you're definitely gonna do it, repeat the step, but here for 60 seconds when you are completely done. Still good, and then 60 seconds here. Today we did really good, everyone. We did like really good with the dipping. I love it. And again, like, thank you so much, Katie, for mentioning it, for requesting it. I love it. And then let me know what next we should do for our tutorial that you would like to see and you would like to learn. I'm gonna take my Omega Gel here. I love to say share this all. All right, and the colors I'm gonna show right here. It's so beautiful though. So mocha elegant, and then this is the ivory dream. I still try to remember mocha elegant, ivory dream, and peachy whisper. What's nice is all 6 colors. One, two, peachy whisper, and then the latte luxe. They're so beautiful. Latte luxe. Right, go back to that one. What we're doing. So this is the mocha elegant. It's right here. That's the one. Okay. And then ivory dream. This one. And then this peachy whisper, this one. And then latte luxe, hit this one. It's so beautiful. Latte luxe is cute. And then number 5, rosewood grace, this color. And then this is the creamy caramel with these colors. So beautiful. Whether you're doing it with the dipping techniques or liquid and powder, you will never go wrong with this. And then these 2 colors, that's my favorite colors all time. Also have a bigger sizes for you to do, even you doing it for a liquid and powder or dipping. So this is the base nude, this colors. This is the and then this is the light nude. The light nude. Okay. And then we have other colors. That 2 colors that we're using for the sample that I show you how to transitioning from a dipping powder to the apply to using any of the gels is concept with the clients. If you have the clients is love the background of a dipping powder and they want to getting is more into a little bit of a design and the nails. And it's more like nail art. So here's an option for you. So you can either using your transitioning your base gels, your base coat, and you apply it on here for 30 seconds, and you can use like transfer 4 gels on it. You can do condensed glue gels, or you can do blossom gel, or even if you want to do another coat of a gel polish on it. You see what I meant? So like it just, you never know. Like so many clients will have a different of reference. So I just want to show you all the option of what you can able to achieve with your, let me zoom it closer. Here you go. And let me put this one on it. So all this we top coat, we do it 100% of your dipping techniques. And this one we doing it kind of a mix in the dipping and gels for that. Okay. And it will last for weeks to come. Don't forget your iHold base coats. That is the key to connecting and to transitioning your powder dipping techniques with your gels techniques. So here is 6 colors. Should go in like this. Somehow, but doesn't matter. You know what I mean. One, two, three, four, five, six. Today's such a great video today, though. I really, really like it. I'm enjoying it so much with the dipping as well. And thanks to Katie again. Lizzie, the colors, you can definitely grab them. It's all 2 hours. This is the collections of Bare Radiance is 2 hours in our official website. You can see the link right in bio at glitzaccessoryandsuch.com. And you can find this is under the is category acrylics. And you can see that is acrylics with monomer techniques, acrylics with the dipping techniques. And this is color, yes. And then also have a matching gel polish matching with that as well for this collection Bare Radiance as well. And then all the essentials that if you already have all the dipping essential that you are great. If you are really love in the dipping essentials, this is your essential is must, and it will be definitely going to set your application to the next level and success every single time. I have a top coat right here, but I'm using, let me put the top coat brush on it first. So I put the brush on the top coat here of number 4. I'm cleaning it when I'm showing everyone. So after you clean it, you want to make sure that after it cleans really nice like this, you let it air dry first before you place it back into your bottle. And number 4, and then the brush saver that is saving all the brush. Yeah, let me close that for us. 1, 2, 3, and 4. That is your essential. So it's going to show you primers, the base coat, the activator, and the top coat. And I always have the brush savers. It's really saving a lifesaver, though. It's really great. So it's such a great video today that we're doing it with dipping colors, and then maybe a little sneak peeks, a little bit in sneak peeks that I'm sharing it with all of us. That we're gonna do is really soon to introduce it. Something is what news coming up. Just a little bit sneak peeks, is beautiful colors, and when we have it, when the glitzers have it ready, then it will introduce to all of you. But if something is cool, it's got nothing to do with dipping at all. But I'm gonna sneak peek a little bit because I can't wait. It's like, why don't you tell us? It is something that we've been working for a long time, and it's just finally it's gonna be almost here. But I'm just working behind the scenes, so I'm sneak peek because you go live with me. So something is really cool. Some of the really good news is formulas and a concept that it does change absolutely is gel applications, and especially for you to doing a gel polish. So more information is gonna come, but this is the iHold gels and a fiber base, beautiful. I have to show you the colors. It's just such a gorgeous, and it help. It is one of the benefits for this. If you have the clients in the soft nails and the natural nails, and it's really soft, and you want to it's more of enforcement and strengthen it and thickness for it, and without feeling just 1 coat or 2 coat of your gel polish is not enough. This is gonna be a perfect for you. And you can able to is pretty much build thickness on the natural nails, and it's a fiber base. I don't know if some can see that one. When you're keying this one, you're seeing the tiny little fiber particle. It looks really obvious. It's under the LED light, but I'm not sure what this one will show us. But if you are keying this, it's going to be under the light. You're going to see is beautiful, is tiny little, is fiber, is particle inside the nail. So it does get reinforced, and it's a little bit of support in your nails, and you can use it for any on the top of anything as well. Especially it's good for natural nails. You want to get the colors only, but you want is like a thickness for the gel polish instead of just like plain just a gel polish itself with the consistency. And then also you can use it right on the top of the tip extension. When you're doing a tip extension, you want a little bit like I'm doing on tip extension. If you want a little bit thickness for my nails, and also I cannot wait. More information will be comes, and more of the ideas, and we're gonna of course gonna swatch it and do information. I'm just giving you a little bit of cute sneak peek with like 6 colors, but I have it 3 colors on my hand here, so I cannot wait to. And then the cap with the reals colors, and it is in your, I'm not sure you can able to see the is fiber particle. I can see it's really close if I zoom it in, but you see the consistency in it, and it's so easy. I thought it was like so hard to do, but when you apply it on, OMG, is salt leveling, and all the fibers is going really evenly, and the consistency on the nail. So it does have, look at that. And like, it's no lumpy bumpy on anything at all. I said like, OMG. And this is another color. So there are 6 colors. I don't know why I have 4 of this 3 colors in here, but that's what I got from a team. Give it to me. This is so beautiful. I see a little bit of a tiny of a fiber particle in there. I can't wait to show you. Oh, this is beautiful. The color is stunning. And it had the colors on the top. So then it's really easy for you to navigate it, and you know exactly. And it's exactly the colors that you're going to swatch it on the tips. If you don't have time, don't swatch it. Then don't worry about it. It's just don't. It's not going to hurt anything. And then you have your colors right on the bottles as well. So they're going to be more colors is going to be showing with you and sharing with you. So please look forward to this. And I can't not wait for you to share more information. And then is the date for a pre-launch, so you can get the first, like, you know, a touch on your hands on it with such a great pre-launch is special. I am so excited, and I'm so excited. It's all the beautiful bright colors, and like cover is not like bright, but it's perfect colors for it. But I don't know why they give me 3, so I'm gonna like showing you 3, but we're gonna swatch this together when I have it completely 6 color, and then we'll do it together. Katie, thank you so much. I'm so glad it is the fiber base. So I'm excited. I cannot wait. It's like a different, it's so easy to polish though. And we're going to definitely do that. I'm going to dedicate this whole entire videos, and then so we can do it together and we'll sneak peek because you're here with me today. So thank you so much for tuning in for a great video today. I enjoy it every single time we'll go live, whether it's really a long video or short videos. I am so excited, and I'm grateful for every single one of you. And thank you so much. Thank you, Stephanie, if you are still here. Thank you, Margaret, if you're still here. Tanika, thank you so much for hanging out with me. Katie, thank you so much. And all of the Glitz fam on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, Twitch, and YouTube. Thank you so much. I hope the video today with dedicate with dipping will bring you some ideas, is really details on ideas of who gonna be a great candidates for the dippings, you know, techniques, and how you can able to do to achieve it. And also I do swatching, I do a little bit longer, but however on the natural nails, when you're doing on natural nails, it's about like half side of it or like 75% of it. Like it would be like this. It would be like this length pretty much. I would say like it would be this length pretty much, you know. But then you know exactly what I mean. I'm doing a longer, so then you can set more of the swatch to see the colors and then to see the application and how easy and how really easy and it's simple and it's achievable. So here's the final looks, and let me do 2 and 4. Oh, no. Here you go. Yes, zoom it a little bit. Zoom out. Yeah, zoom out a little bit. Okay. It's kind of slippery. It's kind of slippery. Here you go. Oop. I'm trying my best to show you the last look. I mean, the final looks. Can you put it on it? And here you go. There you go. Here's for all of the TikTok fam, Facebook fam, YouTube fam, Instagram fam. Thank you so much for another great live videos. In the meantime, have a great time shopping on a Valentine special. Sales is going on. At all the order of $99, we're receiving is beautiful mystery treasure bags. Can you grab me the treasure bags? And I'll show you. It's full stuff with other products in there and surprise you. And also with the discount we're taking at the checkout. Okay, so when you are clicking on like, nah, there's no sales at all, it is on sale. But when you hit the checkout button before even you finalize your purchase, your order, it will show you how much you save. And then when your order is total after your discounts and the taxes and the shipping, it come out to $99. I'll be safe like 110, which just mean that is not going to count your shipping on there, because the shipping is included when you see the total in there. So 110 is going to be a great number for you to receive your beautiful mystery treasure bag, and you don't have to edit them on. They will automatically come home with your order. And I'm so excited. This is a special gift from all of us at Glitz to every single one of you for amazing love, the trust, and the support. And if you have any questions regarding to any of the order or the shipping, don't hesitate to contact us via email at info@glitzaccessoryandsuch.com. Also, if you have any question regarding to the product or tutorial, you can always reach out to us, DM us at the convenience like platform you're at, and it can be on TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. And if you need our immediately existing, you can able to contact us via email at info@glitzaccessoryandsuch.com, and our team will be so happy to assist you. So thank you so much, everyone. Make sure you take good care of yourself and be safe out there. And take good care of your family, and have a fabulous Thursday and productive Thursday. And until the next live video, I'm looking forward to see everyone in next live. Make sure you save these videos if you are really into dipping powders. This is really details on it for you. It's a long video, but it is really informative for anyone who is just starting out with your dipping. And then you have so many of a headache with that, and then you're trying to like give up. So this is not just, I wish I know it sooner, but I am here so I can share everything I would know and learn throughout the year, so that you don't have to work harder, so you can work smarter and spend the extra time with your family, with the loved ones. Okay, so we'll see you, and make sure you share this to yourself or save it so then you don't lose the video. So I will see you in the next live video.